Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in Jew. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. So on today's show, we talk about Black Adam and the Shazam trilogy and what it's all about. And I'll be showing you a picture of the beautiful, beautiful billboard, Release the Snyder Cut billboard that they've already put up. Project Comic Con are doing a great job. It really is awesome. And we'll be talking about the Snyder Cut, whether it's actually going to be any good, why Zack Snyder doesn't ever put much Superman BTS up either. So we'll be talking about all of that on Tuesday's edition of the DCEU Daily. But Cinema Blend have got a great article here, and it's called Black Adam Producer Updates Us on the Rock's DC Superhero Movie. And I've already read this, and I was really excited about this, so I thought I'd read it out to you lot. The DC Universe seems to have straightened its path, but the question is, did it need straightening? A debate for another time. Iconic characters like Shazam and Zachary Levi are being introduced to the growing world, while legends such as Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, and Aquaman, Jason Momoa, are working on anticipated sequels. Batman even has changed the face that wears the cowl. But has it changed the face, or is it just a younger version of Batfleck? You don't know that, and nor do we, but we'll find out sooner or later. But that doesn't mean that the new stories can't be weaved into the existing DC collective. One such project that has been on the back burner at DC for some time is Black Adam, a movie that has had The Rock attached in the lead role for years. Black Adam, the character, has connections to Shazam, so rolling him out soon makes sense, and now it seems like plans for that movie are moving forward. Cinema Blend attended the world premiere of Dwayne Johnson's Hobbs & Shaw in Los Angeles and managed to speak with producer Hiram Garcia, who collaborates on all of The Rock's projects, Black Adam included. When we asked him about the work that director Jaume Collet-Serra is doing on Black Adam, Garcia gushed. Jaume is a real talent. He is one of my favourite directors I've ever worked with. Not only is he talented, he's an unbelievable collaborator. He's an amazing visionary. And what we have in store with Black Adam, and for the fans, I'm so excited inside. Inside, I take pride as being a fanboy. I started as a fanboy before I became producer, so I hold on to that DNA. This vision for what we want to do with Black Adam is fantastic. So that deal's almost closed. He's all ready to go, and I think the fans are going to be really happy. You know, as a fan of DC, when I read things like this, I get pumped up. This is what you want to hear. This guy is so pumped up as a fan, and it's really exciting to hear that they've got these exciting plans for this Black Adam movie. So, anyway, I don't know if this article goes on. Yes, it does, actually, so we'll read the rest of it anyway. It slipped my mind that Jaume Collet-Serra was even attached to Black Adam. It feels like the movie has changed hands numerous times, but the shallows and non-stop director just wrapped Disney's Jungle Cruise with Dwayne Johnson, so he apparently has a chemistry with The Rock that Warner Brothers hopes to mine. The funny thing is, when Black Adam was announced, the idea of a Dwayne Johnson-fronted comic book adaptation would have been exactly what DC and WB needed to boost their profile. Now, however, the success of Aquaman and the buzz surrounding Matt Reeves' Batman, Black Adam isn't looked at as a movie that needs to ride in and rescue DC from uncertainty. I don't think that a Black Adam movie could ever do that anyway. He's just not big enough. But anyway, The Rock is. Yeah, we know The Rock is, but still. That freedom means that the project can develop at its pace, and write screenplay and move forward when it's good and ready, not because a release date has been announced. The next few release dates for DC are set in stone, starting with Joker on October the 4th. So keep up to date with all upcoming. Yeah, basically, it's a good little article, but there's something else that Zachary Levi actually said, something quite interesting about what they're doing with this Shazam trilogy. So apparently, the plan is not to have Shazam and The Rock cross over in Shazam 2. Now, initially I thought, oh, that's a bit disappointing. Why not? Maybe he should have been in the first film. But yes, as much as we're desperate to have seen him in the first film or to see him in the second film, this is a trilogy. And what this is, well, actually, it's not a trilogy. It's actually 4 films if you think about it, because there's going to be 3 Shazam films and a Black Adam movie. And who knows? there could be more Black Adam movies as well. So, but basically what Zachary Levi is saying, said, listen, we're going to build this thing up. We got Shazam, we're going to do Shazam 2, then there's going to be Black Adam, then there's going to be Shazam 3, and in Shazam 3, finally, Black Adam and Shazam will cross paths and have the epic fight we've all wanted them to have. And I think that's right to build it up rather than rush it. DC in the past have been accused of trying to rush to catch up with the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it hasn't worked out, has it? Look what happened with Justice League. So I think it's absolutely right and proper that we build this thing up, that it's something exciting. It's like the Star Wars prequels, Obi-Wan and Anakin fight in the third film, and it's worth the wait. What it is for me, you might hate the prequels, I love them, but this is what I'm saying. Let's build this thing up. It's a very exciting thing in comic book lore, so let's do it properly. Let them think about what they're doing, and then we get this awesome battle in Shazam 3. And who knows what the future holds, because there could be a situation, obviously, that, maybe Zachary Levi could still play the character, but obviously if Asher Angel is getting too old, or they could have more of a teenager, like young Shazam, and then he becomes a man. They could do anything they want with it, but it's very exciting. 3 Shazam movies, at least 1 Black Adam movie, take my money now. I cannot wait to see the build-up, and I can't wait to see Shazam 3 when finally Black Adam and Shazam meet. That is going to be awesome, everyone. Yes, basically, it's so exciting because Project Comic-Con, which really is leading this Release the Snyder Cut movement, has finally put these Release the Snyder Cut billboards up. Just look at the beauty of this. Just look at how beautiful that is. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. It's fucking beautiful, isn't it? Release the Snyder Cut billboards. Who would have thought we would have seen the day? Just let me put my phone on charge, right? Because it really is dying here. Right, okay, yeah. We never thought we'd get to this, but we have been donating money. They've been putting half the money as part of, depression and suicide charities, and half of it's been going towards these billboards. I think they want to have something up in the sky when San Diego Comic-Con begins as well. But it's becoming a very, very tricky situation for Warner Brothers now, because once a movement can afford to put billboards up and can get the people behind them to give them the money to do this, you're in very dangerous territory as the studio or as the company or entity these people are fighting against. And we are fighting against a huge entity. Warner Brothers can sustain this fight. They can. Because at the end of the day, they're going to keep on making money. People are going to keep on watching their films. We can't hurt their bottom line. I know people have attempted to hurt the current DCEU movies or the Joker movie, but it's not going to happen. Even if die-hard, hardline Snyder fans don't go and see Joker movie, the mainstream audience are going to gobble this film up. The mainstream audience are going to gobble Birds of Prey up. And definitely the mainstream audience are going to gobble up Wonder Woman 1984. You can't hurt Warner Brothers in that way. All you can do is be tactically astute, like kind of RT Snyder Cut is and Project Comic-Con has been, and do something that can really put some attention onto this movement. And I think having these awesome, stunning billboards as people walk through or drive past, or however it works, because I've never been to San Diego and I've certainly never been to San Diego Comic-Con before. I think this is a massive tactic. This is a big win, and it's becoming a very uncomfortable situation for Warner Brothers. You had Kevin Sujihara running a company. He made mistake after mistake after mistake, and then you had to get rid of him. You got rid of him because of the Justice League mess, didn't you? But you created this thing about him sleeping with this woman and giving her work, blah, blah, blah. Absolute bollocks. No one's falling for that. We know why Sujihara's gone. And so I'm very, very interested how long it will take for this company, this studio, to understand this fight is not worth kind of pretending it's not there, pretending the Snyder Cut doesn't exist. Just give us the film so we can move on. And talking about the Snyder Cut, I want to talk about why Zack Snyder very rarely posts any Superman BTS. And it's not, he posted a topless one of Henry with Amy Adams. Amy Adams wasn't topless, unfortunately, but that would have been fun, wouldn't it? Not really, Amy. You are a beautiful woman, aren't you? But yeah, so we don't get much of Superman. And I actually went on to Vero to ask that, why don't we get any or much Superman BTS? Why don't we see him, a picture of him maybe rising from the grave or being under the influence of Darkseid? I think as a Superman fan, I would absolutely like that. So there's something else I want to talk about as well. Is the Snyder Cut actually any good? We've built this film up, haven't we? In our minds, we can see these amazing visuals because as we think of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, we think of BVS, we think of Man of Steel, and we're putting the kind of what it's going to look like or what kind of film it's going to be on the level of those films because we really love those films, don't we? And it's interesting, once you build something up, it can never be what you want it to be. And I think, in a way, we're playing a very dangerous game here. We have to maybe calm it down a bit because maybe it won't be the film we want it to be. At the end of the day, it's not too far away from what Whedon did. No upper lip calamities, no fake green screens on the Kent farm, no cringy smile by Batman. But there are going to be similarities to it. I think we all know that. But there's enough differences, I think, and expansive situations that maybe this could be one of the best films we've ever seen, or it could just be a shoulder shrug. And I think we have to prepare ourselves for that. I think the Snyder Cut of Justice League is one of those very telling moments in film where you could say, oh my God, they should have allowed Zack to carry on with what he was doing. Or we'll say, well, I actually understand why Warner Brothers panicked and did something absolutely stupid with what they did by trying to do what they did with this film, right? It was still a mistake. If Snyder's cut was so bad, they should have just said, let's put it all on the cutting room floor and let's just move on, But they didn't do that. They tried to get their money back at least, and this was the problem. They were between a rock and a hard place. There's no question about that. But so I'm interested because I do love Zack Snyder. I'm not saying this stuff to be negative. I'm saying I'm very open. I'm a very open-minded person, even when I admire someone. And it'd be very interesting to see the type of film the Snyder Cut of Justice League is. Is it great? Is it mediocre? Or is it understandable that Sugihara was very scared about releasing this movie? I'm absolutely fascinated. But what do you think? Are you excited about Shazam trilogy? In fact, 4 movies, including Black Adam. Can you wait to Shazam 3 for Black Adam and the Rock to fight? That'll be interesting, wouldn't it? For Black Adam and Shazam to fight? Or do you want to see it now? Do you wish you saw it in Shazam 1? Are you excited about Project Comic-Con and what's going on? Do you like the billboards? What do you think? Do you think the Snyder Cut of Justice League is going to be the best film you ever saw? Is it going to be mediocre, underwhelming? Are you going to say, oh, now I know why they didn't want to release it? It's going to be very interesting once we do see it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. And we will talk again later. Be there.